Good morning, everyone. If you could take your seats, we are about to begin. There's going to be so much time to, talk and schmooze, okay, after the service, and I hope you do. I hope you do. Okay, so I am the Reverend Catherine Hemmons. Hard for me to say that still. I mean, not hard for me, but like, oh, really? Yeah, thank you. And I am your service leader for today. Let's see. First of all, as we do every week, we welcome. I'm sorry. Oh boy, I'm starting off really good, right? Okay. We acknowledge that we stand on Indian land, the Siuslaw Indians, and they really took care of their environment. And, by honoring them, we can take care of this environment. So we give thanks to the tribe for their stewardship, and it reminds us of our own stewardship of this land that we're on. So we'll start with announcements now. They've been, it gets moved around. So at the conclusion of today's service, Reverend Donna will have her study group in the library, correct? And the dialogue circle and her class on raising consciousness, starting 15 minutes after the service. That's correct, right? Is that how you like it? Okay, so you can talk in there and, have coffee and have a snack and then just move on into the library if you so desire. I have an announcement from Judy Plemery. We have one cook confirmed for Foof's turn at the free lunch program for April and May. But we need one more cook each month. And if you're willing to cook, please see Judy or Karen Hernandez. Also, if you are willing to help set up, clean, or serve, please plan to come to the Methodist Church at 2nd and Kingwood around 10 a.m. Thursday, April 6th, or Thursday, May 4th. And this has become because Don Gardner just had surgery, and he's not able, he gives his service, he organizes everything, he does everything that other people don't do, he fills in, and he can't do this, and he was very concerned about not being able to do it. So we're going to come together and cover for him. All right. Let's see, do we have any more? Okay.
If you all will indulge me for a minute, since Dawn is not able to pass around a clipboard, if anybody would like to greet or bring refreshments, actually greeters look like they're fairly well taken care of, but we need some refreshments coming up in April. The board will be here. We'll be back by the, well, Jean had the, raise your hand, Jean. Jean will have the clipboard. Just see her. And then the other thing we have on the calendar is next Sunday, right after service, we're going to be doing a new member class. If there's anybody sitting amongst us who is not a member of the congregation and would be interested in exploring, please come. We'll start about 11:15, and we'll explore some basic information about UUs and FOOF. So be there or be square.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, why don't you just stay up here? And and first of all, I want to ask everyone to place your phone on airplane mode. It really helps with our technology, not interfering on with our technology. We don't know why that is so, but it's the truth, I promise. And Karen, you're going to be the...
Well, I'm sorry to say, although we had 85 people in this room on Friday night, this morning we have no visitors. So,
yes, I saw you.
Visitor. Stand up. Tell us your name, please. Thank you. Well, welcome, Patricia. You were here on Friday night, weren't you? Oh, and Stanley's got a book for you. These are haikus that was written by a friend of our congregation, and she gave us an ample supply, and they're so beautiful, we like to share them with other people. So everybody who's new gets a copy of the haikus. Did I miss somebody else? Anybody else? I don't think so. Who? Oh, good morning. Somebody just walked in. Shall we put them on the spot, Stanley? Hi, come on in. But this is where we welcome we greet people who are new. So come in, find a chair to sit in. We have a few empty ones. And come up right up here next to Jean. That's a great place. And and would you like to share your name with us? Maggie Bowman. Patty Bowman. Huh? Patty. Wonderful. Welcome. And Stanley has a little book for you. These are the, I don't know if you heard what I was saying. When people walk in, we have a little book of haikus that are very beautiful. So it's just like a little welcoming gift to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Let's see. Oh, and if you want to sign up for our guest registry, Karen will have that. And it is just so you can get events, like the extracurricular events, too, like what we had on Friday. So it's not anything, we're not going to try to proselytize to you or anything else. It is not about that. But, we have fun here, and we would like you to be included. So we'll go to our opening hymn, as we always do. Rise if you are able. Jeff will play the music. Spirit of Life, number 1, 2, 3. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. So where do we send the children in? Oh, okay. First, we have the chalice lighting. All right, Stanley. I will light the chalice as Stanley does the opening word.
Thank you, Catherine. Good morning, congregants. This quote is titled, "The Sacred." Regardless of what is going on with you, physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually, always remain open to receiving the rewards of communing deeply with the sacred. The sacred is not far away. It is very near. It reveals itself in every single heartbeat. Such love, such compassion, and such tremendous tenderness never stops until it finds you. The noise of the world cannot deafen it. It shares its light indiscriminately and abundantly. You who know yourself as the sacred have come home and will never be lost again. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you, thank you. All right. Now we have children. And I see we do have them. So we how do you want to call it? We welcome them and we send them out into the other room where they will have the youth fellowship. So the people on either side of the aisle, we do this little thing, yes, where you'll see Tuvia and Brooke here, how they do that. And you get up there, and this song is to the tune of Frere Jacques. Are we ready? Okay. As you journey, may you know, love and hope go with you, love and hope go with you, learn and grow, as you journey, may you know, love and hope go with you, love and hope go with you, learn and grow, learn and grow, learn and grow. And before you sit down, take a moment. Oh, did it go out? Take a moment to please say hello to those around you. All righty, make your way back to your chairs, your seats. I know this is really wonderful to be able to hug each other again and see each other. Yeah, just stay there a second. Okay, everyone. I want to thank Carol Lorraine for noticing that our chalice was not lit or it went out, and she came up and remedied it. So I appreciate that. I want to make, it has to do with announcements as well. Please take the time to look inside your program here and see all the things we offer, our regular hike, as Karen said, exploring membership, our birthdays, the Mandala Circle. Oh, that's coming up with Carol Lorraine April 1st, all of it. So just take the moment. We pass these little leaflets out for your information. Okay. Now I'll have Allison Hussman come up for Joys and Concerns. Allison?
In our community, we make time each week to share personal experiences with one another by sharing our joys and concerns. We do this because each person in this community has value, for we are divine beings of light and love. This light and love shines bright within each of us, for we are love, we are light. This love radiates in and through and as us, and is who we are. We are never separated from this love, this radiating life force. And it is this love that connects us all as a community. So as a community, this is the part of the service where we share our joys and concerns as we radiate our love to one another and feel the loving support from our community, as well as celebrate our joys together. So you may line up to share whatever you wish, your concerns, what's on your hearts as your concerns, and also declaring your joys and gratitudes. Catherine will hand you the microphone, and afterwards drop a shell in the cleansing water, giving whatever it is back to the elements, back to divine love as the love that we are.
I just have one really great joy of the last week, and that is Jim McDermott in full kilt.
Hello, I have a joy, and that's all you guys, because I asked a friend who helped train me volunteer dogs at the Humane Society if I could share about my dog, and she was like, of course, and that was a concern, and now it's more of a joy because someone made a very generous donation, which I started the saving account for her surgery, and I think she's going to be just fine, and I do have one more joy. I have 1 year of sobriety.
You want to put a shell in here? One for her and one for you. Yeah, really awesome. Thank you for sharing this journey with us, Ryan.
I would like to express my intense joy at the turnout we had on Friday night for St. Patrick's Day. That was historic, and all the band really enjoyed performing and seeing everybody get up and dance. According to Ancestry, I'm 2 to 4% Irish. But now I have to go back to being 96% Jewish. So anyway, thank you. And everybody that helped out, too many names for me to remember to really pull this off. It was really fun, and those of you who were here know that. Thank you.
And I know what you mean about the Irish. I've come from Chicago, and everyone is Irish, and they dye the river green. So that's... Here you go.
I'm Patricia Day Jameson, so Patricia Day. You see that connection to Friday. But I came to say thank you, just gratitude, because I saw fun. I saw dancing. I felt that music. And the pandemic had just left me so very isolated. I told Judy and Paula that I grew up in a family of 9. And to be alone on St. Patrick's Day was just unthinkable. But to come here and to see the footwork, the music, the hoo-ha, the Erin go bra, the only thing that was missing, and I think I mentioned this, was that there was the water in the toilet was not dyed green, because we've done that before too, food coloring. But thank you. I came to say thank you. I will overcome my fear of dancing in the year ahead.
Thank you. You want to place for the... Thank you. Yeah, well, we'll remember the toilet water green for next year.
And our last shell is for those
Oh, yes, okay. Hold on. I'm coming.
It would just take a little too long to get up there, okay, with my cane. But it's not a walker, it's a cane now. This is my first Sunday back. And what a joy. I want to say a big thank you to the care committee, all those who called. If I didn't get back to you, it's because I was overwhelmed with all the calls, the card, the food, everything. This fellowship is a lifesaver to me and others in this community. Let's not ever forget that. And I'm really looking forward to paying it forward. Thank you all so much.
And now our last shell is for those we don't know about, ones too shy or too distressed to share, those whose prayers are deep within our hearts, those who don't have voices with which to speak the depth held in our hearts for our concerns and for the joys we feel. May all beings be free from mental suffering. May all beings be free from physical suffering. May all beings know this divine love we are sharing in this community. And so it is. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you, Alison. We are inviting other, members of the community. Sally and I just got in the habit of doing all of this all the time, and I appreciate Alison, and I appreciate Stanley coming forward, and others of you that want to participate and stand up here. Please feel free to come forward and talk to me, talk to Sally. Yes.
Remember to drop a shell for Don Gardner and for his healing, and we hope that he knows that we're all thinking of him and holding him in our deep thoughts and wishes, because he's such a strong member and we cherish him so much.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding us. I know he had surgery on Wednesday, and he tells me he's well taken care of right now. So, but surgery is an ongoing, recovery, ongoing thing. So we can all come up later, support later around the edges. So we will not forget him. And thank you, Anne. Thank you. So our next song, if you will all stand, if you are able, and it is number 347 in your hymnal, Gather the Spirit. And the unchoir will get back there and help us along. Sing loud, you two. Oh, wait, Mark, are you joining? Okay. First and third verses only. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. And our reading for today is from Frank Copiateres. When I'm reading a new book that's enthralling me, I like to share it. So all of these things today are taken from his book. Pay attention. It is really enlivening to pay attention. Not so much to the stream of thoughts, but to the gaps between the thoughts. They can be sudden and subtle. You will find them. They are truly there. In this way, fear of emptiness starts to disappear. In the midst of strife and attack, this presence in between the gaps sustains you as it sustains all life. This presence is your real self. When you do not lose sight of this, everything you do is a meditation. As you are able to embrace your real self, a radius of peace extends all around you in which many things come into harmony. Only love is. It's my pleasure to welcome Reverend Donna Smith, and she shares her message entitled Activating the Power of Words. Donna?
Good morning. Well, Elk Report. They weren't holding their roadside services this morning. So I guess hopefully I will see them when I go home today. Someone once said there are 5 things you can't take back. A stone after it's thrown, an occasion once it's missed, an action when it is done, a time once it has passed, and a word once it is spoken. I saw this saying at a winery. Be careful of the words you speak. Keep them short and sweet. You never know from day to day the careless words you'll have to eat. So now I know I've had to eat some of my words. How about you? Yeah. Well, our theme this month is vulnerability. And so I looked up the definition. It is the quality or state of being exposed to the possibility of being attacked or harmed, either physically or emotionally. And I think our words really do have the capability of doing that. So that's why I wanted to talk to you this morning about the power of our words. Now, words are means by which we express our ideas and our thoughts. And they are very powerful because they are the vehicles through which these ideas and thoughts come into manifestation. So what gives words power? The word includes the consciousness of the person who is speaking the word. So what is your consciousness when you're speaking the word? They carry your feelings and your intentions in expressing those words. For example, I could say, hello, and you probably wouldn't feel like I was really happy to see you. I could say, hello, and you'd say, oh, she's really happy to see me. Or I could say, hello, and you'd say, oh, she's really happy to see me. So that's the difference, you know. It includes the vibrations of our spoken, word also, that vibration in there. So our words have vibrational levels, just like you just heard. Depending on whether the words we are speaking are carrying the consciousness of truth and knowing from our higher wisdom. These words will always be win-win and life-enhancing. Or they are carrying the consciousness from our subconscious programming, which can be our individual programming or the collective conscious programming, where we may not even know why we have said something. Ever felt that way? Why did I say that? Or where these thoughts come from. What was I thinking? So these are usually words that we have learned from others and that we have taken in as truth. And here we may or may not have all the information. And they are usually forms of opinions. And these words may or may not be true. Or they are words that carry the consciousness from our conscious mind to determine what is happening in the moment, and then developing the words to try to express that. And again, they too may or may not be true. They may or may not include the welfare of others. And they may be based on very limited or even false information. In fact, these are usually the words, I am right. You know those words? Yeah. I am right. Can you hear me? Barely? Oh, is it on? Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you turn it up at all, or am I? Oh, okay. Is that better? Okay, I will speak louder. Okay. I'll eat it. Is that what they say? Eat the mic. So in the latter two, we tend to disconnect ourselves from our inner wisdom and tend to stay in the outer realm. Okay? And these are words of sense consciousness that are usually lacking the substance of our wisdom. I call them empty words. And they can produce conditions of disharmony, anger, dis-ease, lack, even guilt and shame. And their focus is usually controlled by our egos. Whereas words from our higher wisdom are based on truth and produce only conditions of joy, abundance, connectedness. And those are the words that we want to use if we are to be one in our experience of living here together, which is what we are together here. We need to experience that in joy. Eric Butterworth, Unity Minister, he's now deceased. He wrote these words in one of his books. It's a story. And he wrote about more than a quarter century ago, a college professor had his sociology class go into the worst slum area in Baltimore and get case histories of 200 young boys. When the students returned, the professor asked them to write at the bottom of each case history the boy's future. And without exception, the students wrote, "He doesn't have a chance." 25 years later, another sociology professor came across the study and decided to follow it up. He told his students about the questionnaires and asked them to find out what had happened to the boys. The students did so. With the exception of 20 boys who had left or had died, the students learned that 176 out of the 180 remaining had achieved more than ordinary success as lawyers, doctors, businessmen, and so on. The professor was astounded. What had caused this unexpected result? So he decided to pursue the subject further. Fortunately, all the men in this study were still alive or were still living in Baltimore, and he had the chance to speak to each one of them. "How do you account for your success?" he asked them. And each one of them replied, "There was this teacher." The professor decided to pursue the query further. What was the magic formula that this teacher used to pull these boys out of the slums into success? She was alive, and the professor went to see her. He asked the old but still alert lady her secret, her magic formula. The teacher's eyes sparkled and her lips broke into a gentle smile. "It's very simple," she said. "I loved those boys, and I spoke words of love and encouragement regardless of the conditions around them." A single word can change a person's life, just like a smile can change a person's life. I saw a video one day, and a blind man was sitting on a city street, and he had a sign in front of him that said, "I'm blind, please help." And he had a cup there, and hardly anybody was putting any money in the cup. And this young lady came along, and she changed the sign, and it read, "It's a beautiful day, and I can't see it." And in this video, people started pouring money into this cup. The power of our words. Which leads me to two other very important lessons to be learned about our words. Say what you want, not what you don't want. The universe, because of our free will give us anything we want. And when you are thinking about what you don't want, guess what's on your mind? Yes. So the universe, I kind of think probably reluctantly, but it will still give you what you're thinking about and what you're talking about. So, if you say, "I don't want to be sick," you're thinking sickness. And that's what the universe will give you, because that's really what you're asking for. You don't realize that. "I never have enough money to pay my bills. I never have enough money to go on vacation. I can't afford that new dress. I can't go to the coast when gas is $3.50 per gallon. Okay? No one is going to love me. I can't find a relationship. I don't deserve to have a new car." So all of those are thoughts that you're bringing, and you're bringing all the manifestation to you in that respect. Turn your words around. Affirm what you want. You can do it aloud or you can do it, silently. I do it aloud. I live alone and I talk to myself all the time. We have some wonderful conversations. And I even laugh at myself. But number 2, attach positive, loving, compassionate words to your I am. Your I am is an expression of your divinity, your highest and most truthful essence. And so when you think about or if you say I am sick and tired, what are you affirming? I'm too fat. I'm not smart enough to do that. I'm so ugly. I'm broke and I can't pay my bills. Those are the things you're drawing to you. Again, turn these things around. I am healthy and whole in mind and body and soul. I am abundant in all areas of my life. I am blessed with a beautiful, loving relationship. I am a beautiful person just the way I am. I'm going to the coast to have fun, even if it costs $3.50 a gallon. And here I am, because I think that's how much it costs, doesn't it? I just go fill up. I'm afraid to look anymore, but, I need the gas. But wouldn't you rather the universe be giving you the things that you want? And you can affirm those things with your words. Again, silently or aloud. Now, the spoken word can hurt. We all know that, don't we? And they can make a lasting impression on a person. I have one sister who, there's 4 girls, and I have one sister who does not speak to the other 3. In fact, she doesn't, even her children don't speak to her because her words are angry and hurtful almost always. And, no one wants to be around her, and that is so very sad. But she's creating her life with her words. The words we speak in anger, can be words that we really don't mean. Because when we're in anger and our ego's in control, these things can get out of hand. But as we said, once the word is out there, it can't be taken back. So it's important for us to be aware before we open our mouth of what we're going to say. So now I want to do a little scenario, okay? You are my children. Okay, well, I'm going to just have one child today. So each one of you, pretend you're my child. Okay, and it's report card day. Okay, so you come in and you hand me your report card. You have all C's and D's. What is the matter with you? Are you stupid? Do you know how embarrassing this is for me? I am so disappointed in you. No more extracurricular activities for you. You will come home every day, you will go upstairs, and you will do your homework. Now get up there now. I don't even want to see you anymore. And you can forget about dinner tonight. Okay, now I want you to pay attention to how you're feeling right now. How are you feeling right now? Hopeless. Right. Okay, do you feel stressed or uncomfortable? You might even be angry at those kind of words. Certainly. And yes, very hurt, disappointed. Okay? So if you were really my child standing before me, would you feel shame and guilt? Maybe worthless? So you can feel that negativity in your body, couldn't you? Charles Fillmore, co-founder of the Unity Movement. Every time we speak, we cause the atoms of the body to tremble and change their places. Not only do we cause the atoms of our body to change their position, but we raise or lower the rate of vibration and otherwise affect the bodies of others with whom we come in contact. The spoken word carries vibrations through the universal ether and also moves the intelligence inherent in every form, animate or inanimate. You just had an experience of that, didn't you? It wasn't a happy experience. Okay, now we're going to try it a little differently. So you're my child, you come into the room, you hand me your report card. Okay, I see you have some C's and D's on your report card. It looks like you might be having some trouble with your classes. I tell you what, it's almost time for dinner. Why don't we go have our dinner, and then we'll get together afterwards and find out what's going on and how I can help you. How do you feel now? Don't you feel loved and supported, accepted, and not alone? Yes. So that's the power of our words, and it comes from the vibration and our feelings and our intentions behind every one of those words. Now, our words will affect not only the people around us, but also the lives of plants, our animals. Animals. Can you hear me now? My friend had wonderful, beautiful plants, and she had one sitting by her front door, and she had expressed to this her guest that, she gave her plants a lot of love. And this guy said, phooey. And when he left, he just spewed out all these ugly words on this plant, and the next day it was dead. Yeah, she couldn't believe it. And, and I know that all of those with pets, and probably most of us do have pets, how affected they are by how we speak to them. I remember one time I was really angry, and I was, it was a long time ago, and I was spewing out all these words, and I turned around, and my dog Abby was sitting behind me. The fear in her eyes stopped me cold, and she was shaking from my words. And that really taught me a big lesson. I just couldn't believe it, how she had been reacted to my words. So what happens to our children, our family, and our friends when we speak words to them? I think it's a very important awareness that we should carry with us at all times. And to, let go of those angry, belittling words, because they can do only harm. In fact, we're going to talk about that in class today, the purpose of anger and how we can express that. So this is the power of the words. And they affect not only the ethers and all that is, but they go through our bodies first. They go through our bodies first. So when you're expressing angry, hurtful words, look what it's doing to your body. It's going to do that first, and then, unfortunately, you're going to pass it on to the others that you are speaking to that are in front of you. And we must remember also that when we are thinking or speaking angry words to strangers and others who may be doing things that we do not agree with, we're giving that same effect. And right now in our day and age, I think about politics, the things that we disagree with, and we're so divided about, religion even, and how we talk to the other side. We don't even know these people, a lot of them, but yet we can really speak about them, can't we? So I think that we all have occasions where, we're just not, on top of things. We might not feel good or whatever, and we do say angry things or things that we wish we hadn't. All you have to do is say, universe, cancel, 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 and turn it around and say what you truly wanted to say in the first place. And, the energy that our words hold can linger. Have you ever walked into a room where there's been an argument? Can you feel that? Yeah, it's alive, it's there, and it's palatable, and you can feel it because it's still there, it hasn't been released. I went to Dachau. I've never felt the energy so deeply than when you go into a place like that hadn't been cleansed yet. You felt everything. It was very sad. So when you know and feel this energy, do something to change it to something positive. And don't get upset if you're feeling that energy. Just know that, okay, you're feeling that energy, and then do what you can to release it and change it around. We speak with words that carry our feelings and intentions, as I said before. So when you have those feelings and intentions from that higher level of consciousness, then you're going to speak words that connect. And isn't that what we want? Connection. Especially now, because it seems like we're so divided. You know, as we have on our program today, in pure metaphysics, there is but one word, the word of God, creator, spirit, whatever you want to call that. And this is the original creative word or thought of being. So that's why our words are so important. So very important. Because they are words expressing our divinity. The Buddha said, if you propose to speak, always ask yourself, is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? I think the first one will stop us most of the time. Is it true? Do you really know if it's true? We're going to have to speak about Byron Katie. You know her? And yes, for her work. But is it true? In most cases, your perception of it is not true. And is it necessary? I mean, is it necessary to tell somebody that they look horrible in that dress? I don't think so. It's really not necessary, and it certainly isn't kind. So just being aware of those kind of energies that you can express with your words is important in order to choose the words that you really, truly want to speak. The first of the four agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, the four agreements, you've heard of that one, okay, is be impeccable with your word. Because your word is the power that you use to create. It is a force. It is a force. So this morning I want to just share with you a few little tidbits. The things you say about others say a lot about you. The more you point out someone else's flaws, the more you emphasize your own, right? And there is no reset button in life. You can't take anything back, and you can't undo anything. All of your actions have consequences. And the things that you say and do today will have a lasting impact on your life. And you have to understand that. And you have to be aware of it while making your decisions and your choices. Very important. So let's take just a few moments of meditation this morning. Sure. Thank you, Stanley. Let's just breathe in the breath of life, that breath that is there no matter what we do. It is always there for us. And allow your body to just breathe that in and relax. Maybe drop your shoulders. Drop them a little bit further. Let your jaw just relax. And in this comfortable state, bring your attention to your heart. Breathe in and breathe out from your heart. And allow that to just relax you even more. Let that awareness help you feel that you are truly safe in this very moment. You are alive and you are loved. And now I want you to think of someone or something that, when you think about them, you feel a genuine sense of love and appreciation, gratitude, joy. You've just now entered heart-brain coherence. You've just entered your wisdom. You have just entered into a higher level of consciousness. That consciousness from where we can speak those words that are life-enriching, words that connect. And now I'd like to share some words from the Course in Miracles to take into your heart. When you meet anyone, remember it is a holy encounter. As you see him, you will see yourself. As you treat him, you will treat yourself. As you think of him, you will think of yourself. Never forget this, for in him you will find yourself or lose yourself. So let's just take those words into our heart for a moment of silence. So as you bring your awareness back into this space, can you see how easy it is to change your vibration? Just stop before you speak and go to that place within you that truly loves and appreciates life. And then your words will be sweet. They will be loving. So let's take a final really deep breath. Thank you. Thank you, Stanley. So I invite you to our class today. It's actually fits in really well with our, our information on words. We're also going to learn how to express appreciation, and we're going to have tuning forks, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So I hope to see you there.
Thank you very much, Donna. A really good reminder for all of us. You know, we can just fling words around sometime trying to be entertaining or cute or whatever, and not realizing the impact on ourselves and others. We are now going to prepare for the offering, but